Hey, it's Caster, and this might be the most important video I've ever done. I went to the No Kings protest, and obviously at the end of the video I'll speak my thoughts about it and expand on things a little bit. But I wanted to preface the video by saying that I didn't do this for clout. This is not a call to violence. It's mostly not a call to action, and whatever you take away from this video is kind of what you take away. That being said, I think it is important to go outside and be aware of the world around you and use your voice and your First Amendment right when you have the chance to push back. That being said, I'll see you guys on the other side. Welcome to the big pushback.
Come and join the party, leave anxieties behind. When the weight of all the world is pushing. This tension is situation volatile, seriously hostile. Breadwinner, soul searchers, fear merchants seeking. Brightly coloured, no use for camouflage. When you're venomous and willing to sabotage. Group of your white blood cells fighting off parasites. We're your system mechanics trying to fix this machine. What's the one thing that has more speed, more strength, that goes deeper than us? A nuclear submarine. Come on, just open the door! Life's not fighting, but backdrops, oxygen clears my head. Well, I just gotta try. Oh, you're not gonna believe this. You can perceive this. This is the night that you're saving for. Oh, lucky for you. Yeah, lucky for you. This is your open door. Come and join the party, leave anxieties behind. When the weight of all the world is pushing down on your shoulders. Come and join the party, leave anxieties behind. When the weight of all the world is pushing down, just push right back.
Alright, so we're out here for the No Kings protest. We're out here for the No Kings protest. Let's see how things go. You know, we're in a very turbulent time. Things are fucked, to say the least. Things are cooked. ICE is out of hand. We are facing a fascist regime. We want to go, obviously, interview people on all sides, capture what we can. I think it's important to be out here and use your voice, use your First Amendment, you know, your right to peaceful protest, your right to freedom of speech. All of these things are incredibly important. So let's just see what happens today.
Even liberal media right now are spreading this rhetoric of violence. Smashing a window is violence. Looting a store is violence. Burning a fucking Waymo electric car is violence. I don't think that's violence. None of that's fucking violence. Whenever it comes to, healthcare killing people, I think that's violence. I think police agitating these protesters, that's violence. I mean, because like these protests in LA, they were peaceful, and then the police agitated, they egged them on, and so basically, violence begets violence.
100%.
So what the fuck do you think is gonna happen? You know, shit's gonna go crazy. So, and I think liberal media, MSNBC, CNN, they're complicit in the Trump administration. They want to act like, oh, they're saying all these bad things about Trump, but yet your rhetoric is fueling this hatred towards people on the left. And
I would go a step further and say even our Democratic elected officials,
100%.
Kamala, even Bernie, which is like incredibly heartbreaking. But
that was a heartbreaking post about the LA protest. That was fucking crazy, man.
Why is everybody okay with playing the lapdog for a fascist regime? I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. The idea that like you said, CNN, MSNBC kind of perpetuating the idea that these are violent riots, and it's like, that's just completely and utterly untrue. I mean, we literally can see an Australian news network
She got shot. She got shot. They
And
fucking
then-
aimed at her and shot her.
And then they're like, oh, what? She gets caught in the crossfire. What the fuck what crossfire?
I do like the fact that people seem to be liking Zoran in New York for mayor. Holy
Yes,
shit, that's
right?
fucking great.
W socialism.
I mean,
and I feel like we should commend gruesome Gavin Newsom for
Yeah.
being a fucking big dick bowler. Like, holy shit, man, what a fucking Chad. Literally, what a Chad.
Same SJW, anti-SJW nonsense that was going on about 10 years ago. Like, those same kind of behaviors that they were getting mad about, they are engaging in the exact same behaviors today as fucking fascists. Like, they are
100%.
easily triggered over nothing, and they have to fucking, they're acting like we have to cater to their fucking stupid sensibilities. It's like, oh, okay.
You're being mean.
You're being mean.
Get the fuck out of here, you
White
fucking
power, you
snowflakes.
being mean.
No, literally. Okay.
Fucking, yeah.
So before we dip out, I just want to ask you, for anybody at home watching this, what do you have to say? Get off your ass, make a difference, use your voice. I don't know, the world is yours.
Just you gotta understand that, like, this system is being run by people who just want to make it out for profit. You know what I mean? Like, just understand that, like, the policies that you vote on, make sure it benefits you as a worker, as a fucking as a commoner, okay? Because, like, the Democrats and the Republicans, both of them don't give a shit about you. One of them's pretending that they do, but they don't. So just, like, you know, I don't know, be vigilant. Be fucking vigilant, you know?
Hey,
Yeah.
as the kids used to say, stay woke.
Stay woke.
Earlier, you said
Yeah.
that God will defend those who cannot defend themselves, correct?
The truly innocent, yes.
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 So would you not say that our actions here are God's movement?
Also,
No, I don't. This is not a movement the Bible says to get involved in.
This is not a movement.
The movement is that the way to get involved in is Christians. You claim to be a Christian.
Didn't God say to love
Jesus
thy neighbor?
Hold on, I'm
as
going to answer
love
you.
thyself?
Jesus said that these are the weightier matters of the law: judgment, mercy, and faith. So my mission is to
Is
to
this
seek
not mercy?
true judgment.
God doesn't.
Which look. For me I can't defend myself. Okay, ultimately, the police could come in and defend me, but God is the one that I want to defend me ultimately. It's the same with you guys.
Are our
That's what I was
actions-
preaching about.
Are our
That's that
actions not
judgment.
actions of mercy?
Huh?
Are our actions not actions of mercy?
Whose actions are not actions of me?
Everybody's here. Everybody here protesting.
But they didn't have mercy on me when they came over here and grabbed this thing here.
I didn't
It
participate.
proves the problem here.
But-
When people act out against us, it proves the
I
reason why I
was
came
right
here.
here. I was right here. I got it all on camera.
Yeah.
I did not participate.
That's great,
I don't
man.
need to.
God
I don't
bless
need
you for
to
that.
assault you. But I'm
God bless
saying
you
can't
for that.
take the actions of a few and blame it on the many.
Well, do you
That's
know
a
you've sinned
deflection.
ever? Have you ever sinned?
Of course I've said.
Well, but see, that's the problem. One lie makes us a liar in God's sight, and no liar will have their part in heaven. They all have their part in the lake of fire.
But that's
See, it's
a
only one.
moot point. That's a deflection.
Well, not
what I'm
to
asking.
God. God says our sin is like a
I'm
cancer;
saying
it spreads.
That is it. That is
So
a
the
deflection.
gospel,
What I'm asking.
preaching, the good news of the death, the burial, the resurrection of Jesus, it has the ability to cure the cancer. It has the ability to eradicate the very root of the problem. So we don't know our identity. We don't know our purpose. I personally believe that most people come to a protest like this because they don't have purpose. They're looking for something to get involved in, and a protest comes about, and bam, let's get involved in this. Why not get involved in the purpose of Jesus? That's what I'm saying. You're made for a reason. God created you with gifts,
you're right.
talents.
And
So use them for Christ, man.
And
Don't use them for this.
For
You know what I mean?
for my neighbor, for other people.
Call
for the
sinners to
innocent.
repentance. Don't be a sinner yourself. That's got to be the first step.
So you're telling
Let
me
us smoke weed for a reason.
You're
I can
telling
tell
me-
somebody who's addicted to weed, for example, that they don't need to get high to enjoy either.
you're telling
not
me
hearing your message.
Well,
what you're telling me directly is not to use my freedom, not to bestow mercy upon
I
others,
just want you to seek first
to
the
be implicitly
kingdom of God.
to find heaven.
talking about people
But that's
that are standing
selfish.
up for the
But that's
original life.
selfishly motivated.
You don't
To-
Well, Jesus-
to utilize
but Jesus gave up everything.
But to you, exactly.
In an unselfish way.
But exactly.
We should do the same
you're
thing.
completely contradicting
No,
yourself.
I want you to be like Christ.
No, you're telling me to be selfish with the motivation.
Be selfless.
Be
So don't get
selfish
involved in
with
it.
the
We're not
motivation
here for
to
ourselves.
go to
We're here
heaven.
for those that don't. and
Exactly.
defend themselves. That's Jesus,
Look,
man.
thank you for your
But I'm
time.
not here to
I just wanted to talk to you.
Okay, I'm here to support Jesus Christ, my Savior, and the Christian ideology of the Jewish state. Jesus was a Jew, and I'm here to support our country, our constitutional republic that was actually founded by Christian believers. Okay, our Constitution is based on Christian foundations. Okay, that's where it all began. If you look at it, it has biblical foundations. Our Constitution has laws, okay? That's why the Texas is a state law, okay? We're a state of laws. We support the laws. We don't support homosexual, we don't support people who can't even tell you what a female is, okay? Where is the reality in that?
Well, what is a female?
That's a female is a woman with XX chromosomes. A man is a person born with XY chromosomes. It's not math. I mean, it's pure science.
So what about intersex people?
Intersex people, they're mental health patients.
No, I'm saying people born with a mixture.
Well, that's a very, very rare thing, but still, if you check their chromosomes, it'll tell you what they have, okay? Now, there might be one out of, or two out of of all the population that was ever born with both. I don't even know if that's ever happened. But if you will check your chromosomes, it will tell you.
Relatively regularly. It's not like it is definitely an oddity, but it is not a
exactly. It's an oddity.
Circumstance that it's once a generation.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, maybe once a generation.
No, I'm saying it's not something that is once a generation.
Well, yes, certainly it is. For a person to be born with XX and XY chromosomes, yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, you have morphidites, which may have a penis, or which may have a penis and a vagina, but they will still only have either the XX or the XY.
You're talking about intersex people.
Yes, okay. Well, they still have a chromosome. You can check their chromosomes and they'll tell you.
So let me ask you a question then. How would you check my chromosomes?
How would you check them?
No, how would you check my chromosomes to know that I'm a man?
Well, mostly because you have a beard and a mustache.
I could have gone to Turkey, though. I could have gone to Turkey.
Come on. You could have gone to where? To Turkey?
I could have gone to Turkey.
What do they do in Turkey?
That A1 hair transplant.
Okay. The Democratic Party has a very selective way of dealing with things, okay? And like...
Would you say that the Republicans don't, though?
Well, they're exclusive. Certainly, our Jesus is exclusive. Or
no,
you wear the Bible?
You're saying that they have a cherry-picking way of going about things, but would not apply to the Republicans, the conservative party as well?
Well, it does. Everybody has a point of view. Certainly.
Exactly.
Okay. Exactly. Okay, but
I'm saying we can't be.
When you get into deranged,
we can't hold one side accountable and not the other.
Okay, but when you're going against science, you're going against history.
But Donald Trump is literally cutting funding to medical research. Isn't that science?
Mutilation of kids is not science.
First of all, do you know how many transgender people receive gender-affirming care, permanent gender-affirming care that are under 18? Jesus Christ. Wait. Okay, so you just told them to go back to Mexico because they flew a Mexican flag, but what do you have to say to people that fly the Confederate flag?
I don't, man, don't tell them to grow up.
I mean, I'm just saying because you would assume, right, their argument is that it's heritage.
They're mental health patients, okay? They can't get over it, okay? There's some things we just got to get over. The Civil War was a bad thing. You know, the worst thing...
At least you don't have a hypocritical stance on that.
The worst thing that ever happened is...
Was this also Soros funded?
What, this?
Yeah.
Sure.
You're sure? So, am I a Soros agent?
I don't know. Did you take money? Were you paid to come here? Did you answer the ad in
Well, I'm on an NDA, so I can't say.
If you answer the ad in the Observer or on what is that other magazine in Dallas?
Like I said, I'm under NDA. I can't say.
Go home, let's go.
But look, clearly we don't agree.
Yes, we can. Praise the Lord, that's called debate,
no,
right?
Isn't that
debate?
I'm saying clearly we don't agree. But I am glad that you don't have a hypocritical stance on people that fly the Confederate flag.
Childishness. I got no time for childishness, no racism.
Gender-affirming care that are under 18. Gender-affirming care that are under 18. Gender-affirming care that are under 18.
No racism We have a constitution.
Well,
right?
hang on,
believe in the Constitution.
Because you said you're against racism, but you yelled at somebody flying a Mexican flag to go back to Mexico. Would you not infer that that is in fact racist?
These people are out here burning our streets, riding around on motorcycles, claiming, demanding rights.
What?
They're calling Trump a king, which is they're not very well learned on their.
You do understand that illegal aliens are still recipients of due process, correct?
No.
Yes, they are.
How did they come in? Listen, wait.
The 5th and the 14th Amendment of the Constitution entitles everyone on American soil.
What does it say about if you? What is it? Section 8 says if you came over without illegally, if you came over without going through the channel,
but that's a moot point.
And that is
because
a moot point.
Everybody on U.S. soil are tourists not owed due process.
Are they here?
No, tourists not owed due process.
Everybody
that is on American soil is owed due process.
If you did not come through due process, you don't get due process on the way out.
That's all I'm trying to understand.
When I went to prison, you know what those are?
Wait, so why did you go to prison?
For possession.
For possession?
That's it. Possession. Possession of meth.
Of meth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come
Fair
here,
enough.
Buster. Come here, buddy.
That all makes sense.
Here's Buster.
Do it.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So
hold on, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Let me put the jacket back on.
No, you're good. Look, it's hot as hell. I get it.
It's hot, but I put the mic on the jacket, so.
Nah, I get you. Look, we're in here. We're out here in all black.
It's all good though. How you doing?
Burning up.
But we're sweating for a good cause, you know? We're
Exactly.
sweating for the people that belong here. We're sweating for the people that belong freedom to have jobs, have careers,
Families,
escape from asylum,
homes.
from things that are going back from home. People of humanity deserve that, and we're here to support them.
I 100% agree. I 100% agree. Especially as like other black men, you know, obviously, I don't know if y'all are on Twitter. I've been on Twitter like crazy, seeing hella people saying like black people need to stay home, mind their own business, blah, blah, blah. How y'all feel about that?
Nah, man.
No?
I think people always gonna have their opinions, man. That's just what it is. That don't mean it's right. You know, at the end of the day, don't ever forget that black people built this country. Man.
Exactly.
And it's still their country till this day and will always
be this country.
So,
be their country.
So before, you know, whatever they feel, just know that that's the people, black people built this country, and it's black people's country, you know? Nah, right? y'all need to be out here. This is a definition of the people are the power. Right. Right here. When you see all this, all the people coming around, this is what shows that we have the power. Without this congregation, we nothing.
Exactly.
Every individual is nothing, but when we come collectively, then we start showcasing the power. We're taking the power back.
Exactly.
Right. And so when people out there saying protesting doesn't really yield results, clearly it does. This is uprising. Yeah, and they're giving people exercise, because a lot of times they've been on their phones in the house. Amen.
See?
So now look at them. Now they outside. Now they outside. This is what people really want to do, but the jobs got them so tied down that they don't get to do this. So now this is something they offer. It's a community. Ain't nobody out here hurting no one. They just got their signs and, you know, and saying what they feel is on their heart and their mind. And like I said, it doesn't make it right, but there's a lot of things that ain't right in this world.
and
if y'all coming out, don't you be starting shit.
Well,
keep it peaceful.
True. I do think peaceful protest is important, but I do think also, additionally, we just spoke about the Moors, right? And kind of the erasure of black history. I think it's also important to remember that, like, just how big of a proponent Malcolm X was to the civil rights movement, and that he was just as equal parts as Martin Luther King. So I think, I'm not calling for violence, but sometimes you gotta crack some eggs and make
I mean, you do gotta make a statement, but when there's violence, it just gets many of us injured. When there's better ways, there's always a good, better, and best way to do something. There's levels to everything. And if we have a total peaceful protest without the uproar, you'll be surprised how much more somebody will listen. Just like silence. You don't always gotta be arguing with somebody. Sometimes your silence is enough. Peacefulness is that silence that people need to pierce through their hearts to understand that, hey, we doing something and we being due diligent about it. Yeah.
True.
I feel like it was very good vibes, very peaceful. Everybody was out here doing the thing. Nobody was just, you know, standing around. There was no negative energy at all. You know, it was just a bunch of family hanging out. It feels like a cookout.
Exactly. Yeah. And that food, I'm not gonna lie, that food smell busting. Oh my God.
That smells really good.
That's some good homegrown immigrant cooking. First and foremost, do not mess with Texas. We are a country built on immigrants. Nothing but peace and love and brotherhood has been spread today. I don't know anyone that would say this wasn't anything but a peaceful protest. And we're going to continue showing that it can be done and it will be done and a difference will be made.
As it should be, right?
Yeah.
As far as it goes on with the conflict going on with Palestine and Israel, free Palestine first and foremost.
Always.
Free Palestine.
We do not support starving children, and if you do, you don't really go to church. First and foremost. Second of all, Iran has been bombed. Iran has been bombed. The U.S. is semi-involved. We all know it. We're not going to repeat LBJ by him lying to us, and we are just believing it. This is not the 1970s.
No,
this is 2025.
I fully agree. I think, like, I don't know, especially getting home yesterday and seeing, like, the Tel Aviv shit and everybody kind of, like, pray for Israel. And it's like, this isn't even the first time that Israel has literally fired missiles at Iran in the last 6 months. Like, this is, the second or third time. And also, like, obviously the pagers in Lebanon, the bombing of Yemen. It's like, bro, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
what's up with these guys?
Make peace, not war, man.
Facts.
War is such a waste of time, lives, and energy.
True.
You know?
I fully agree.
We need a civil person to have civil conversations, to be in charge, not somebody like preaching hate, turning all of us against each other.
Like the guy literally in the office.
Yes.
Yeah.
Felon
Right?
47 is way too emotional, and that's the main reason why most of y'all didn't vote for Kamala, so I want you to sit with that.
No, facts, right? I love hearing people say, like, Kamala would make us a laughing stock of the world. Like, my brother in Christ, have you not seen, like, the German parade that was just dedicated to making fun of Trump? Like, what are we talking about? Like,
No.
so, to the people at home, like, watching this, that maybe felt like protest doesn't work or, like, too scared to come outside or whatever the case may be, what are your thoughts for them? What do you have to say to those people? Because if you pass me the Lucha mask, hitting that RKO,
Yeah, right?
Do you want to go first?
Get your ass outside.
Yeah, you go first.
Alrighty, so in a bug's
basically,
life,
like-
there's the grasshoppers versus the ants. We outnumber them, and they know it.
Yes, a bug's life.
We got this.
Yes. Oh, I feel like I just need to get out and do something, and there will be more stuff for you to participate in, so just get out there. Don't be a zombie in your bed, scrolling through, watching everything happen on the sidelines. Just get out here, be a part of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Use it for the First Amendment.
You said for those who don't think you can make a difference, yes, you can. I'm so tired of people saying that you don't. You make a difference in the people's lives that you are around daily.
100%.
So you can make a difference no matter what.
100%. I mean, that's really why we're here, right? I mean, I am black. Obviously, I am not at risk of deportation. I'm at risk of police brutality, but that's another conversation for another day.
It's all related.
Nonetheless, though, it's like I have peers, I have friends, I have people that I'm not even friends with anymore that I still don't want to see disparaged or affected or deported or anything of that nature. I feel like, and it's my, I don't want to say my God-given right, but it's my First Amendment right to come out, peacefully protest, to use my voice, to push back, right? That's why we're all here, so.
Thank you for your humanity.
Yeah, no, thank you for yours.
It's bare minimum, so thank you.
I'm crying.
First and foremost, half of my family is Native, indigenous Native. I am Apache and Comanche, so I was born here before the first European even set here. So I've been here. This is my land. Land back, that's
Cool.
another topic. And then I am of Hispanic descent. My mother is Irish. So I have been here. My people have been here. And I just know that they're looking down on me, and my ancestors count on me to continue working for the good fight. That is that no one is illegal on stolen land.
Facts.
This is a country of immigrants. This is America, the melting pot. And you cannot tell me fucking different.
I mean, we should be asking the real important question. What the fuck are those?
Yeah, what those?
Look, check it out.
You have a cold hat on, man.
I'll let you hold this.
Nah,
I'll let you hold this. You don't want to hold it? Okay.
You're obviously
Hey,
trouble.
wait.
You know what?
Like that's
We're
kind of
gonna pray
crazy.
for you.
You want that
As
black
the people
man to
of
hold the
America.
mic for you.
Right. We will pray.
You're out here today. Obviously, we're at the No Kings protest. So, what is your reasoning for being here? and it's not a gotcha. I'm just asking for your perspective.
I'm a sociable person, and I had a free afternoon on Saturday.
No, I'm not saying you don't have the right to.
I've had some good conversations.
I'm genuinely just asking for your
nice.
intention. Yeah. I'm just asking what the intention.
Yeah. It's a good way to spend a Saturday afternoon, talking to people about political disagreements.
I got you. So, you're wearing the MAGA hat. Is there a particular reason? I mean, obviously one can infer that you voted for Trump, but is there a particular reason you chose to wear it here? Is there a particular reason you chose to vote for Trump? Like, I'm just trying to
lots of people
grab your perspective.
So lots of people have like their signs or their slogans supporting their political beliefs. It's the same as that. Like, it's no different. Like, other people have hats and signs that say what their political alignment, and I have mine.
Absolutely. So we're obviously here, no kings, right? We don't want a king, but more so, this is an anti-ICE protest, right? I assume everybody here can agree that the idea behind the protest today is anti-ICE. So,
well, it's pretty hot. Maybe we need some ice.
I mean, well, jokes aside, do you support ICE? Are you anti-ICE? What are your thoughts on the matter?
Like, I think any country is going to have like a version of ICE because they control their like. I have a permit to live in Mexico, but like if I went down there and didn't go through the process, they would deport my ass. So like it's just. I'm not like anti people coming here and like America's great, come to America, but just maybe do it in the way that gives you like legal residency or like citizenship.
So what do you have to say for the people who go through the legal process and it takes about 10 years? You know that a visa standard runs about 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
So eventually your visa will run out. You can renew it, right?
Yeah.
But Trump has obviously done away with people's visas. So how are they supposed to do things the right way when the government completely and utterly impedes that idea?
Well, there are legal avenues. I do not like how much bureaucracy there is and how inefficient it is, and the process should be more efficient.
The idea of just deporting people, especially to facilities like CCOT that are dangerous and overcrowded.
How's CCOT dangerous?
How is CCOT dangerous?
I mean,
because of the criminals
that it's not a great
that
place.
It houses.
Yeah, but they're not allowed to like fight each other. CCOT is a very secure facility. They run a tight ship down there.
What? Can you name one prison that they're allowed to fight each other?
I mean, in the U.S. prisons, people fight each other all the time.
But no. I'm asking one that they are allowed, not where they fight each other. One where they are allowed, because you just said they're not allowed to fight each other in CCOT. Name one prison where somebody is allowed to fight somebody else.
It's not important whether or not they're allowed. It matters what actually is occurring. In CCOT, they're not fighting each other.
So
they are locked down, and that is a very safe
You understand the point that I'm making, right? Is that you're not allowed to fight anybody in any prison. What you're allowed to do is irrelevant to what happened.
But it happened. How can the U.S. order El Salvador, like Nayib Bukele and his administration?
Hey, tell Bukele he got balls? Bukele got balls? Like
yes.
me?
Yes.
He got 2 balls?
Yes.
Hey, tell
I'm pretty sure he
Bukele,
does.
come talk to me.
Okay. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure
He's a fascist.
I'm sure he's
very
popular. He's very popular in El Salvador, and I support Bukele.
Oh, so I don't give a fuck about Bukele.
I think he's better than Trump.
No, fascista. Your opinion don't matter.
All right, cool.
Yeah, your opinion is trash.
Cool.
It's rubbish.
All right, cool.
It's rubbish. It's rubbish. Fascist.
Okay.
Yeah, your opinion is not English. It's not even English.
Prefiero en español?
Yeah, pero vos mucho española. Hey, your opinion is rubbish.
No.
Basura?
Trash, basura.
My pronunciation.
Yeah, go away.
No.
Go. Rain, go away. Hey,
so we've been going for 11 minutes, almost 12.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ask you one last thing.
Make America great again. Hey, make the pussy great again.
Well, we can all agree on that.
Right?
Bitch.
Is there anything you want to say to people at home that didn't come out?
Bukele got 2 balls like me. Tell Bukele, come to Africa.
When this guy stops yelling,
I'm not yelling.
I will say
your English is trash. Gay.
And like have a peaceful.
Yes, gay.
Peaceful here. Everyone.
Gay.
Bitch.
Yeah.
But like
a little bit.
This is a good display of like protest and political disagreement, and that just makes me happy.
No, you're not even nobody.
I appreciate
Except for this guy. Like this guy's like.
But hey,
relax. It's okay.
I prefer
We're just talking. We're just talking.
Well, most.
So that was it. Simple and clean. honestly, it was really peaceful. It was really calm. It was really nice. It felt like a big community. It felt like a good time. I had a really good time at the No Kings protest. Like I said in the beginning, I think, and throughout the video, I think it's incredibly important that you use your First Amendment right. Your right to freedom of speech, your right to peaceful assembly. This country was founded on the idea of pushing back against tyranny. That's what everybody was there to do. That's what we should continue to do. Now, that being said, I think it's important to say, if you do go out and protest, make sure you keep yourself and the people around you safe. Don't make yourself a target. Make sure you have hydration with you. Don't run. Don't loot. Don't riot, right? Like, we can say that there's a redistribution of wealth that comes with looting. I call it breakage, but I think looting stems from opportunists, and it's just a bad look. It reflects poorly on the movement. It reflects poorly on the people that are there. And obviously conservatives are just going to use that as stupid bullshit, erroneous points. But protect yourself, hydrate, don't get into trouble. Pretty simple, right? And the last thing I want to say before I get out of here, because the video already ran like 5 to 7 minutes longer than I intended for it to. Look, I just want to take a second to address my peers, other content creators, really my friends, anybody who has a platform. Shout out Hassan, shout out Sina for even doing something as simple as saying fuck ICE. You know, use your platform, use your voice, say fuck ICE, say fuck Trump, go outside, protest, whatever the case may be. People look up to you, people see how you move, and that's everybody. Use your rights. It just makes the country a better place. Also, if you don't know me, I'm a big ass nerd. I dabble in politics, but I like video games. I like doing nerd shit. So if you subscribe, don't expect this too frequently. You know, just want to let y'all know. But anyway, that's about it from me. Love y'all. See you later. Peace.
Brother, I said all the YNs today are declared on the executive order. All the YNs today carry the switches with extended clip.